Hey Ram friends, welcome to Bharat Marg. We have our political analyst Vinay ji here. Thank you for joining Vinay ji with the Bharat Marg and we welcome you. And today's topic is going to be, friends, okay, PM Trudeau weaponizes the Canadian immigration system. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss about with the political analyst Vinay ji. Okay, and it's a big news just coming in, Vinay ji. It's just a big news, that is the immigration system was used to import criminals and what do you say, gangsters and things like that. Canadian immigration system, we will discuss about it. Okay, huge news just breaking. Okay friends, watch the full video to know it all and to know what is happening. इसके अलावा हमारा हर दिन का एक धार्मिक मैसेज आती है, हमारा बहुत सारा सेवाएं भी चलते हैं, जैसा संस्कृत सिखाना, वैदिक मैथमेटिक्स सिखाना, and many other things. Okay, and if you like any of the services what we do, as you can see the post here, you can contact us in the WhatsApp and take part in it, and all our services are almost free, and we take dan but no charge. Okay friends, other than that, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as you can, and also please make sure to subscribe the channel Bharat Marg and press the notification bell to stay connected, and support us by sharing the video and also by donating to us by going to bharatmarg.com and pressing the donate now button, or by contacting us through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you. Okay, again. And Vinayji,
Yes.
this is a huge news. Okay, what do you got on it? How the Canadian it's not an immigration system. It's a way it was used to for political benefits and to threaten people, to muscle people, to import goons, gangsters, and criminals. Please take it on.
Yeah. Um, I mean, there is a lot of loophole in the Canadian uh, system for students, especially coming to Canada. Okay, so let's talk about it briefly, right? The students who are coming to Canada, there's the system that is in place right now in Canada for students to come in, and when they go through the immigration and all of that, or even actually before they apply for the student visa, the requirements are pretty lax, I should say. The international students, number one, they're not required to get police certificates from law enforcement in their home countries before coming to Canada. Okay, so which means that criminals, gangsters, extortionists, rapists, terrorists, secessionists, murderers, robbers, thieves, dacoits, and many other gangsters and criminals can come into Canada as students without any issues. Because now, let's say hypothetically, a person is coming in as a student from Pakistan, for example. I just quoted Pakistan because Pakistan is supposed to be one of the worst countries for criminals and stuff. So let's say
Come on. More than Pakistan, it is from Punjab, India.
Yeah, but I don't want to
Come on,
put
be
down
fair, okay,
India
Vinayji.
that way. But let me
Just be
quote
fair.
Pakistan. Okay, we can also say Punjab. I mean, like a certain segment of the society in Punjab, India, coming to Canada. Okay, now these people, when they let's say they are wanted by their police department or law enforcement agencies. I mean, it could be the police, it could be multiple other law enforcement agencies in Pakistan or Punjab who are looking for these people. Okay, let's say there are criminals charges against them, FIRs have been filed against them, and they're on a wanted list. All right. Now, what these people do is they create fake documents, and the fake documents actually, with that, they apply for the best easiest way to apply to Canada is as a student. Okay, so their main motto is to get out of the country because they are wanted by law enforcement agencies. So they want to escape the the prosecution and all of that in their country, home country. So they apply for a student visa, and the student visa is pretty lax, like I said, right? Like I said, international students are not required to get police certificates from law enforcement in their home countries before coming to Canada. So they apply for this, and they come to Canada. So once they come to Canada, they are studying or whatever. Studying, when I say quote unquote studying, that means that really they've come here to escape the criminal prosecution that may happen in their home country. So they come here, and then they try all different methods to become a permanent resident here. I don't want to name names, but one of our recent terrorists who was killed last year, he came from a country, and then the Canadian government accused the country that he came from as the murderer. So this person actually tried various ways to get immigration or permanent
And
residency.
and he came in the name of Ravi Sharma.
Yes, yes, that's why I didn't want to name names. And
No, no, but Ravi Sharma is not his name, but he
okay,
came in that name.
so he came, and then guess what? He tried all different means, but every time he got caught, he got rejected. But rather than kicking him out of the country, because this is a criminal thing, right? Like he should have been prosecuted, he should have been in jail and kicked out of the country, deported back to home country for falsifying documents to get immigration status here. But instead, the government basically gave him the permanent residency at some point, and then he became a citizen of this country, and then he started operating his clandestine underground activities. When he was boldly showing off his AK-47, God knows where he got it from, and all of that. And he was running a pretty high-strung, underground activity in BC, and he was fighting against this home country for a separate, asking for a separate state and all of that. And then the thing is that this man eventually was wanted by not just one country but several other countries as well because of all his connections and whatever, and he was wanted by the Interpol. And guess what, he unfortunately he died because of whatever gang war, because he pissed somebody off or whatever, who knows. So, and then the Canadian government honored him, took a 2 minute silence in the parliament for his in his memory and all of that, and then
Means,
charged him.
Vinay, let's hold you on here. Okay, what's your problem? He was he was a president of a gurudwara.
Right.
You can come a little bit up. You are getting cut.
Yeah.
Uh, see, he was a president of a gurudwara. You have a problem because he was a president of a gurudwara. He was president of Sarai BC
No,
Guru
he
Nanak
can
Gurudwara.
be president of anything. He can be president of whatever, but he was wanted by police. Was wanted by law enforcement agency in his home countries, and he got, and
But
he's
he was a honorable citizen in this country. What is your problem?
because he was wanted by Interpol. Interpol is not, is not dedicated to one country. It's international police organization. So when that is the
Okay,
case, and his organization has been previously banned, and they were involved in an airline bombing that took place many years ago that killed more than 300 people in this country. It was the biggest terrorist attack or terrorist disaster that happened in Canada.
yeah. but show us some proof that the system, because see, the same system, Justin Trudeau didn't change any system per se. Whatever was there, immigration, did he change the system that previously there was a police certificate needed, then later he said no need for the students to come here?
No, no. So the thing is, okay, what?
He
that's
didn't do anything.
that's actually a double-edged sword question, that what you're asking actually. What you're
What is
saying is, if things are happening, don't worry, the new government comes, they don't have to change anything. It is the goddamn duty of the government, a new government, to fix things that have not been fixed previously. Okay, I'll give you an example. Article 370 in India was there ever since the independence. Okay, the new government fixed that. Okay, what is the objective? What is the objective, or the policies of the
And
new
Canada
government?
didn't like it.
The
Canada
Indian Penal
Canada
Code,
didn't
for
like it.
example, Criminal
Canada,
Procedure Code in India, all these were abolished, and there were new laws were put in place in India. Likewise, in Canada, you just can't say, okay, it has existed, so we don't need to do anything. The
no, no,
Trudeau
no.
didn't have
See,
to do it. He did not.
one thing. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Okay, please. You cannot compare India to Canada because there is a freedom of speech here. Okay, as per Justin Trudeau. That's what he says. You cannot compare, like he did that to China too, if you remember. There is a freedom of speech. So they have the right to speak, so you cannot come and say that India, they come here, they, different standards for both the countries.
Okay, I'm going to give you a very quick reference. Okay,
Hmm.
you're asking for proof, right?
Hmm.
On October 18th, 2023, not too long ago, about a year ago, Senator Percy E. Down, okay, from the Prince Edward Island County, Charlottetown, right? And you can look it up on the Senate of Canada website. It's an official Parliament of Canada website, and I'm not quoting off of any social media sites or anything. This is Senate Canada, SCN Canada.ca. That is the website, and there he is quoted. That is Senator Percy Down, that in 2022, more than 800,000 international students came to Canada. Okay, an increase of almost a third in 1 year. And who's responsible for that? None other than Justin Trudeau. Okay,
but but
he brought in
but
more
see,
people than
I'm
before.
sorry, Vinayji, Waterloo has just released data. Okay, Waterloo University. It says the international students' average is much higher than the Canadian average in terms of scoring marks.
In terms of what?
Scoring marks, in the grade, way higher than the Canadian students.
Okay, that's good for them. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say anything.
So what is your problem? Means if there is a
My
more
problem
number
is
of
I have all kinds
smart
of
people
problems.
are coming in, what's your problem?
My problem is I'm quoting this man, Senator Percy Down, and he said more than 800,000 international students came to Canada in 2022, an increase of almost a third in 1 year. And uh, and these people, according to Canada Border Service Agency, okay, CBSA, they come here. A number of these students have been identified as not attending university or college. They come
Hmm.
here as students, but they don't attend university or college, and they're involved in criminal gangs. So
Yeah,
since
but
at
see,
least 2018, the Canadian
but
government
it
has
is
been
within the.
aware that student visas were being used to move gang members into the country. This is
Okay, but
exactly what you're talking about.
it is within the rules, because if you come through the university, I have a friend of mine who has come through a university. It's not only the typical mall college, it's a university. They come in and you get a 3-year work permit, and she came here and went to the university only for 3 months. Now she is utilizing the 3-year work permit.
Yeah, there you go. And she's probably joined a gang as well. I think she's head of that women's gang that robs people, right?
No, no, but the thing is, this law was there before, from eons before, right? It's not just brought in by Justin Trudeau. Do you
No,
mean
no,
to
no,
say
no,
he
no. See, the thing
exploited
is,
this
what
law?
I'm saying is, what Justin Trudeau did was actually there should have been a cap on how many students come in, because they never thought about how many students can come in, what are their what is the facilities for these students, how
Was there
much
a cap before?
funding are they bringing to come to Canada, and are they eating out of Canadian economy, are they eating out of Canada's own finances? Number two. Number three, do they have is there enough housing, is there enough money for with them to support themselves for the 3 year or 4 year program that they register for?
But
Do they have health care? Do they have health insurance? Are they how much are they depending on the Canadian system to survive? These are the things that need to be asked. And what's their
but
background? Do they
but
have
let,
a police certificate?
let,
Things
let,
like that. But all these were never looked into by Mr. Trudeau. And rather than fixing it, he actually gave these guys more leeway to come in and exploit the system.
means you do you agree this was not even fixed by Stephen Harper too?
No, no, but when Stephen Harper was here, not so many students came. System was working fantastic. Okay, system was working really good. But here, Mr. Trudeau said, to the Border Security Agency, and I have credible, I know credible allegations against Mr. Trudeau, that the Trudeau actually told the Canadian Border Security Agency and RCMP that, hey guys, don't don't scrutinize these applications too much. Okay, I don't have proof, but have credible allegations against him.
Man, you are a Canadian, so you can do those things. Maybe you have investigation from Five Eye. Who knows? All right. But anyway,
Yeah.
but let us come to the conclusion of it. Okay, give me some proof that it was weaponized and criminals were coming in.
No, no. See, the thing is, I'm not talking out of anything else. Okay, I wish I can share my screen with you, but
You
I'm
can,
reading. I'm sorry.
you can by share button below.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to share, you can always share. But I just want to have a point blank question to you, Vinayji. Okay, the statistics says every 5 minutes there
So
is a car.
this is the screen that I'm sharing. Can you see it?
1 second. Yeah.
Okay. This is Senate of Canada, and this is Senate of Canada, Parliament of Canada. This is an official website,
Hmm.
and here Senator Percy Down is saying a number of these suspicious students have been identified by the Canada Border Security Agency as not attending university or college and as being in criminal gangs. Are you reading this?
Wow.
Since at least 2018, the Canadian government has been aware that student use visas were being used to move gang members into the country.
Wow. And recently also, Vinayji, recently also,
Yeah.
there was a jihadi who was caught, who was going after the Jews of America,
Mhm.
right? Also came in the student visa, right?
Yeah. And it says a young woman walked into a Staples in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and spoke to an employee about buying a desk. After a discussion, she walked away and continued shopping in another aisle. She was followed by the employee and sexually assaulted. The employee was in Canada under a study permit. An employee at Staples
Hmm.
sexually assaulted a customer, and this is the kind of people that are coming in.
And these things never come to the news.
Unfortunately, no, because the issue with the Canadian media is they are funded by the Liberal Party, and they only put news that is favorable to the party.
Okay, now you are
Like I'll,
talking
I'll
about
give you a very quick example. You brought that
Mhm.
just a quick slide up over there, right? About the so-called expulsion of the Indian High Commissioner to Canada. Okay,
Uh-huh.
like I was reading the actual nitty gritty of this. The Canadian, sorry, the government did not expel High Commissioner of Canada because the High Commissioner of Canada was under severe threat by Khalistani forces, and as a result, due to the fact that the Canadian government was unable to offer him the security, they recalled him along with other diplomats. So 6 diplomats, including the High Commissioner, were recalled by Indian the government.
But the
But all
Canadian
the
media said that they were
that
shut
is what
down.
it is, because RCMP, after almost 24 hours after that, did a press conference, and then the Canadian government said, "Oh, we have expelled these diplomats," whereas the Indian government had recalled them 24 hours before the Canadian government made that announcement. So the media basically made that announcement that, "Oh, all these 6 diplomats were expelled." So
Hmm.
that is what I'm talking about,
But
where
my,
media is
my, my
extremely
last
biased.
my last thing, Vinayji, you are talking about the border security agent. Can you please show some light on it?
Yeah, the
The,
Canadian Border Security Agency apparently hired a Khalistani, and he works for the Canadian Border Security Agency. And interestingly, like I said, we have credible evidence, and I can throw credible allegations against the Trudeau government for having directed the RCMP and the CBSA to let these people in. In fact, Mr. Sanjay Verma, the High Commissioner of Canada, to the ex High Commissioner from India to Canada, when he was interviewing with CTV, he used the same exact words about CSIS. He said he has credible evidence that CSIS, which is the Canadian Security and Intelligence Services, which is
Mhm.
like the intelligence organization in Canada, is actually working in cahoots with the Khalistani forces. And he said, "I don't have proof, but I have credible evidence."
Wow.
So,
But
so this is
you
what
know,
he said.
I just want to say something to cap it off. You were talking about the border security agent. Can you please say that? And he is part of the wanted terrorist person, isn't it, in India?
Exactly. So the this
If you're
person.
sharing a screen, let me know. Yeah.
Sorry, am I sharing the screen?
No, no. I'm asking if you are. Please let me know. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Let me just yeah. So like when I said
The
about this
border
person,
security agent you were
the
talking about.
security, the Canadian Border Security Agency guy, right? In
But before that, let me say something, okay? Vinayji, I
Mhm.
just want to say that, I was doing a sting video on the Peel Police. You were talking about the student visa,
Yeah,
okay? When I was doing a sting, that video is there with me, where the sting I did on the Peel Police. I will attach it at the end of this video. I will recommend everybody to see it. In that, Peel Police, Hamilton Police did a service, what do you call, the study, and they said that many of the robbery, because every 20 minutes there is a robbery happening here. Okay, it doesn't matter day or night. Every 20 minutes there is a robbery happening, door break-in, what they call. Okay, and when I asked, they were saying that they come in the visitor visa. Okay, they come in the visitor visa, they work for somebody here, they go for a one, they will be brought in for a month or month and a half, they will be given a trip to Canada to look around the place, etc. They get a free food, everything, stay, etc. And the last 1 week they go for the loot, and after that they submit the things and go back to India or
yeah.
wherever they come from. Not only India, they use the visitor visa. Means you are talking about the student visa. I am talking about the visitor visa. Okay,
No, no,
just
you're right. You're right. I mean, there's no denial there. because what is happening is the way these people know the system, they know how to exploit the Canadian system because they know all the
and
loopholes in the
and
system.
and and when I asked them, you can see in the video, when I asked them how come they get the visitor visa, they said that's not our domain. They get it, they come here, they do the job and go back, and we cannot find them.
Exactly. So whether you come in as a student or a visitor or a tourist or whatever, right, to Canada, there are the visa system is pretty, pretty lax, I should say. I mean, like I just recently applied to go to India for a e visa to apply to go to India. The Indian e visa system is pretty strong, I should say. And they ask for a lot of information, and the reason that they've been asking for this information, maybe it's changed in the recent past, because they've realized that a lot of these Khalistani gangs who are wanted fugitives, and whether they belong to Khalistan Tiger Force or Khalistan Babbar Khalsa, whatever, and also the ISIS or any of those Al Qaeda and stuff like that, right? So they want to make sure that these people are fully vetted before they enter India. Okay, because there are a lot of these people
And
who are,
many of them, the even PAO got cancelled.
yeah,
OCI.
lot of these people are going in with a vested interest to either create a some kind of chaos in India, or plot or something, or hatch a conspiracy to bomb something or whatever, right? So that's why they've been extremely careful. And then there's a lot of cross-border terrorism between India and Pakistan, where people enter the border through illegal means, but that's a different story. But
But
here, when people are entering Canada through legal, entering India through legal means, they want to make sure that these people are vetted completely. So they basically they're asking for. I mean, people go with fictitious names. You know that, right? I mean, like, once your actual name is put in there, if you're a wanted fugitive, your name gets pulled up right away, so you can't even go in. But these guys are smart enough; they change their name to something else. Okay, and then what happens is, when you apply for visa, the system is asking, okay, what's your Canadian citizenship number if you're a Canadian? Okay, if you're applying from Canada, I'm giving you an example. Okay, what is your did you apply to Indian visa before? If you did, what is your visa number? Okay, if you say no, that will also trigger something, because obviously, that particular name that you're using could actually have gone to India previously, and now that's going to create a problem for them. And they're asking for your mother's place of birth, your father's place of birth, and so on and so forth. A lot of intricate questions that, if a person is using fictitious name, he'll be caught right away.
but
That
but
kind of system doesn't
let
exist in Canada, and that's what
now,
I'm saying, that we need to bring it in here.
absolutely. Vinay, last question, 30 seconds. Yeah, we were talking about India has given a notice that one of the border security agent is a wanted terrorist of India.
Correct.
Yeah, can you just say
Yeah. So
about it?
this man, actually, his name is Sandeep Singh Sidhu. Okay. So after the Indian, Canadian authorities blamed India for hatching a conspiracy against the killing of Niger and stuff like that. India said that, oh, sorry, actually, you know what? There are multiple people in Canada, many people who are wanted by the law enforcement agencies in India. All right, and they have already provided a list to the Canadian authorities. And now, just recently, on October 19th, 3 days ago, they added another name to this list, and his name is Sandeep Singh Sidhu. And surprisingly, he's an employee of CBSA, Canadian Border Security Agency. So when a person of this, standard, a person who is a wanted terrorist by the government of India, is employed by CBSA, guess what? He will be letting his buddies go through the border left, right, and center. And he'll also probably tell his own colleagues in the CBSA, hey guys, you know what, this man is coming in, so don't ask him too many questions, just let him through the border. And that is what is happening, and that is extremely scary for me.
Absolutely. Vinayji, thank you very much, friends. What do you think of the Trudeau administration weaponizing the Canadian immigration? Do you agree with Vinayji? Disagree with them? Please do let us know, and we will love to have your opinion. And we will be looking to see you in the next video. Till then, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Jai
Thank
Sri
you.
Krishna.